Native Americans have many creation stories about how the world was formed. One of these stories involves a great bird called the thunderbird. The thunderbird was so large it could create storms with its wings. And if it wasn't for this powerful animal, humans may not exist. The legends of giant birds date back thousands of years and can be found throughout the world. Huge predatory birds are common figures in native myths and are usually associated with natural phenomena, like storms and earthquakes. In Native American mythology, the thunderbird is a gigantic bird that lives high up in the sky. It has a loud call that sounds like thunder, and its wings can create strong winds and even lightning. Some tribes believe that the thunderbird is the source of all thunder and lightning, and that its presence is what causes storms. Others see it as a trickster figure that plays games with humans, or a messenger between the physical and spiritual worlds. Thunderbirds are often depicted as having eagle-like heads, sharp talons and beaks, and are usually shown with feathers that are white, red, and blue. These colors are said to represent the sky, blood, and water, respectively. In some stories, thunderbirds are said to live in mountains or caves and are able to control the weather. They're sometimes even said to be able to fly into outer space, where they dance among the stars and bring messages from other worlds. Some of the most well-known thunderbird myths come from the Navajo, Lakota, Cheyenne, and Hopi tribes. In Navajo culture, the thunderbird is seen as a powerful symbol of strength, wisdom, and healing. The tribe's religion revolves around a constant dialogue between humans and the natural world, which is seen as inhabited by various spirits, including the thunderbird. When the Navajo tell stories about the thunderbird, they often use sand paintings to visually represent the story. Each color and symbol in the painting has a deep meaning and helps to convey the story's message. For the Lakota people, the thunderbird is an important part of their oral tradition. The tribe's creation story tells of how the thunderbird helped humans by bringing them food and protecting them from harm. The story also explains how the thunderbird came to live in the sky after it was banished from the earth by the Great Spirit. In T's story, the thunderbird is seen as a powerful but also misunderstood creature that is ultimately good-hearted and helpful towards humans. In Cheyenne culture, the thunderbird is seen as a trickster figure that often plays pranks on humans. Despite this, the thunderbird is also seen as a powerful force for good and is often called upon to help protect the Cheyenne people. The thunderbird is sometimes depicted as having multiple heads, each with a different personality. This reflects the Cheyenne belief that the thunderbird is a complex, multifaceted being that cannot be easily categorized as good or evil. For the Hopi, the thunderbird is one of the most important figures in their religion. The tribe's mythology tells of how the thunderbird helped the Hopi people to grow corn and taught them how to live in harmony with the natural world. In Hopi stories, the thunderbird is often depicted as a wise, benevolent teacher who helps humans to understand their place in the universe. The Hopi people still honor the thunderbird today, and they perform a ceremony every year to give thanks for its teachings and protection. The thunderbird is just one example of a giant bird monster that appears in native myths around the world. Similar creatures can be found in the folklore of many different cultures, often with similar characteristics and abilities. The thunderbird is often seen as a metaphor for the power and unpredictability of nature. Its ability to create storms and its association with thunder and lightning make it a fitting symbol of the awesome power of the natural world. At the same time, the thunderbird is also seen as a protector of humans and the environment. In some stories, it helps humans in times of need and is seen as a symbol of wisdom and healing. This duality is reflected in the thunderbird's dual nature as both a fierce predator and a benevolent teacher. The thunderbird's dual nature is also reflected in its appearance. Its eagle-like head and powerful talons represent its predatory side, while its bright feathers and association with the sky and water represent its more benevolent aspects. The colors of the thunderbird's feathers also have special significance. White represents purity in the sky, while red symbolizes courage and blood. Blue represents the oceans, and green represents nature and healing. The thunderbird's importance in native culture is evident in the many artistic representations of the creature. It is often depicted in rock art, pottery, and jewelry. The thunderbird is also a common motif in traditional clothing and is often used to represent the wearer's connection to the natural world. However, despite its cultural significance, the thunderbird remains an elusive and mysterious creature. There is no concrete evidence that such a large bird ever existed, and many scientists are skeptical of the thunderbird's existence. Despite this, the thunderbird continues to capture the imaginations of people around the world. Its legend has inspired countless works of art and literature, and its image is instantly recognizable to many people. In modern times, the thunderbird has become a symbol of Native American culture and identity. It is often used to represent the strength, resilience, and connection to nature of indigenous peoples. The thunderbird is also a common mascot for sports teams and is used to represent power, speed, and freedom. One famous example of a thunderbird mascot is the University of Arizona's Wildcat football team, whose logo is a stylized image of a thunderbird. The team's fans believe that the thunderbird brings them luck and that its presence gives them strength and courage on the field. The thunderbird is also used as a mascot by several professional sports teams, including the National Football Leagues, Arizona Cardinals, and the National Hockey League's Ottawa Senators. The thunderbird's popularity as a mascot is a testament to the creature's enduring appeal and its ability to inspire awe and respect in those who see it. However, some Native Americans have criticized the use of the thunderbird as a mascot, arguing that it is disrespectful to use sacred symbols for commercial purposes. They argue that the thunderbird is not just a symbol of Native American culture, but is a living, breathing part of their religion and way of life. Despite these criticisms, the thunderbird remains a popular mascot, and its image continues to be used by sports teams and other organizations. Whether viewed as a mythical creature, a cultural icon, or a symbol of nature's power, the thunderbird continues to capture the imagination and inspire awe in people around the world. It has been suggested that the thunderbird may have been based on real-life giant birds such as the extinct terror birds of North and South America. Tese? Uge. Flightless birds were the dominant predators in their ecosystems, and some species stood up to 8 feet tall and weighed over 1,000 pounds. However, there is no direct evidence that these birds played a role in the creation of the thunderbird myth, and it is possible that the myth predates the arrival of these giant birds in North America. Another explanation for the thunderbird myth is that it may have been inspired by ancient astronauts. Some believe that the thunderbird is actually an extraterrestrial spacecraft that visited Earth in the distant past. The idea that ancient astronauts visited Earth is highly controversial and not supported by mainstream scientists. However, some believe that these beings may have left behind evidence of their visit in the form of giant structures, artifacts, and myths. Whether or not the thunderbird myth is based on a real-life event, it continues to capture the imagination and inspire awe in people around the world. The idea of a giant bird that can control the weather and bring both destruction and healing is a powerful one that has resonated with humans for centuries. As we continue to explore the world around us, we may never know for sure what caused the birth of the thunderbird myth, but the story of the thunderbird is more than just a myth. It is a reflection of the human experience. The story teaches us about the power and unpredictability of nature, but also about the importance of respecting and protecting the natural world. If you enjoyed this video, then check out our other videos on giant birds that once roamed the earth. We have a video on the mola mola, a giant bird from the Philippines, as well as a video on the fauxbaits, a giant bird from New Zealand. We also have a video on the truth behind the Loch Ness Monster, which is definitely worth a watch. So give them a watch and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.